Hi guys, okay, so I am going to, just trying to adjust this here. I'm gonna make a cauliflower casserole today. I've made it, this will be my 4th time making it since Thanksgiving. It's super delicious, and I'll tell you at what point you can just use it as a sauce for any of your sides or meats, because it's that good. It's really, really delicious. So, okay, so let's get started, because I don't have a lot of storage on my phone. Let me see. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and steamed some cauliflower. I made it with broccoli before because I really enjoy eating broccoli. But, of course, you have to watch your carbs with the broccoli. So I'm trying it with cauliflower this time to see what the difference in taste is. Okay, so what you want to do first is, I'm going to change the camera angle here, but you want to go ahead and melt 2 tablespoons of butter. And by the way, I got this recipe from Pinterest, of course, when I was looking for different casseroles for Thanksgiving. So it is the best. So I will put a link in the description for you guys, so you guys can also be able to look it up if you don't want to watch my video. Okay, so you want to melt down a couple tablespoons of butter, unsalted butter. You want to put in 1/3 of a small onion, and it says a whole onion, a whole small onion, but I'm not a totally big fan of onion. I don't like to put a whole onion into it. So just whatever you guys prefer. If you guys don't mind grilled onions, then go ahead and put in the whole onion. It just seems like a lot for me. And then you want to mince up 2 garlic cloves into that, and also, I've done it with mushroom and without, and it's really good. I enjoy mushrooms, so you can totally leave it out if you don't like mushrooms. But it's 2 small portobello mushrooms that you need to use for this recipe. Okay, so let me just show you guys, and let me get it started. Okay, so I've actually already prepped everything and diced and minced everything up. I have my mushrooms on another cutting board, but what you want to do first is go ahead and melt the butter down completely, and this is 2 tablespoons of butter, and then you're going to add the onion and the garlic. Okay, it's starting to smell like In-N-Out in here, but this is just about at the point where I want it to be. It's just starting to brown a little bit, but they're all softened up. So I'm going to go ahead and add the mushrooms. And again, you can leave this part out. I've tried it both ways, and it's really delicious both ways. So it just depends on whether or not you like mushrooms. So then you just cook this down, and add the salt and the pepper. You're going to add about, so you're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of black pepper. So just depending on how much pepper you want. Okay, so I went ahead and added the salt and the pepper. And then next, okay, so you cook this down for about 1 to 2 minutes. And then it asks for you to add flour. Of course, we're not going to do that. The last time I made this, I didn't add the flour, and it's still thickened up because I actually use heavy cream. So it thickened up really nicely. And I also added Parmesan cheese, shredded Parmesan cheese, and I don't have that this time, so of course the recipe doesn't ask for Parmesan cheese, so it should be okay without it. Let me see. Okay, so, and of course you can add in like almond flour if you have it. I made some of my own almond flour. It's really easy to do, so I'll have to record that for you guys. You just put it in a processor basically and grind it up. Alright, so that is all the way cooked down. It smells so delicious, you guys. Oh my gosh, at this point it smells so good, and the hunger pains start kicking in, so you gotta hurry and finish this at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna add a cup of chicken stock, and then I'm gonna add the cup of heavy cream. Alright, so I'm gonna add the heavy cream. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Where are we? That is your sauce, and as it continues to cook, you're gonna cook it for about 6 to 8 minutes, and then it'll start thickening up really nicely, and you'll be able to see that. Okay, so I remember at what point I placed the Parmesan cheese. It was at this point right here. Once I put in the heavy cream, I added the Parmesan cheese, and I probably added about, I'd say, gosh, I think like anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 cup, just again, to taste, whatever you guys think is enough. And that is gonna bring some saltiness to it as well. So yeah, keep that in mind so it doesn't come out too salty, depending on how much salt you added initially. This would be fantastic for Valentine's Day, guys. It is, I can't even, I wish, okay, you guys just have to make it because it's so good. You guys have to try it. It's so stinking delicious, and it feels like you shouldn't be eating it, but of course it's all fat. So, so yeah, that's what we need. We need fat. And I am, let me see, what am I in? On the 8th, yeah, on the 8th was my 1 month anniversary as far as when I started keto. And yeah, I'm really happy with the results as far as... Okay, so I was saying I'm really happy with the results so far as how my clothes are fitting now and just where I was in the beginning. And I'll do a whole video of just kind of my story up until this point and how much I've lost and how I lost it. And anyway, yeah, so I'll fill you guys in on that. Because I don't have Parmesan, I'm going to go ahead and add some mozzarella cheese to thicken this up. And again, because we're missing the flour, and I should have used to create a roux. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it because you could never have enough cheese, right? But yeah, I've last week, so that would have been my 4th weekend month. Last week was the first time that I've had worked out 3 times in 1 week. So the other weeks it was either once a week. I think initially the first couple weeks I only worked out a couple times a week, and then after that I worked out. My 3rd week I worked out twice, and then last week I worked out 3 times. So that was an accomplishment for me. And I'm just now, I think once I start shredding off the pounds, I get more motivated to work out, because then I want to work on toning up and just shape. So that is my motivation, is to get my stomach where it needs to be. what else? Or I should say my abs, right? So I work out. I do ab workouts every time I go to the gym, no matter if I don't feel like working out on my abs or if I feel like it's too soon, just start doing it. There are different perspectives as far as whether you should lose the fat first or lose the weight first and then start working out on your abs. But I say just do it. Work out, even if you do 3 sets of 15 on the ab machine or whatever, however you work out, just start doing it, and then you'll already be in the habit of working out on your abs every time you go to the gym. But now I'm actually doing some weightlifting, and I'm just really light weightlifting, but because I just want to tone up. I don't want to bulk up. To me, guys, this is the video that, or the recipe that I tried posting a while back, and it deleted. I deleted the footage thinking that it would stay in my video editor. I don't know why I thought that, but anyway, so, but I do add more cheese than I initially said. So I just went ahead and added probably a whole cup to 1.5 cups of the mozzarella cheese, and see how gooey and delicious it looks. And again, if you don't like the mushrooms or the look of the mushrooms in there, just leave it out. But I don't mind it because I like the taste of mushrooms. But look at this cheese sauce. Oh my gosh, the possibilities, right? You can use this with your meats, make some keto bread. You can, I don't know, oh my gosh, use this to dip for your vegetables. Like, that would be amazing, right? Just to dip your vegetables into it. What else? Okay, yeah, and then I also have some bacon on hand. I don't know if I'm gonna add it or not to the top of the casserole. I'm gonna decide that as I go here. I just kind of add ingredients on what sounds good. And I'm really hungry at this point, so I just might add that bacon just to get some extra flavor in there. That is the sauce right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the cauliflower into the casserole and top this off with this cheese sauce. Oh, it's so exciting. Oh my gosh, okay, all right, I'm gonna stop. Okay, so I just went ahead and used a dish, a casserole dish. And again, I made it the first time with broccoli, so I'm gonna make sure that I salt the cauliflower because, yeah, it's a little bit more on the bland side, so, and of course salt is good for us. You want to always, of course, season every layer of whatever you're making so that it doesn't lack any flavor. Just make sure you season it enough. Okay, so you guys, this is where I get greedy as far as how much sauce I want to put in there, because I just want to have it, like I have a whole pot of this, like just for sides. But yeah, so here we go. I'm gonna leave some, because I always do. I just leave some on the side in case I finish my cauliflower. And I want to use it for something else. So I'm just slowly putting this in. But it is so delicious. I can't reiterate that enough on how good the stuff is. Oh yeah, I was gonna try one of the florets and just show you guys. Here, let me dip it. See, this is like the kind of sauce where you can just dip and not feel bad about as far as how much you're dipping. Oh my gosh, I can't even contain it. I'm gonna add some more. But yeah, the difference I do taste right away is the cauliflower. I like it. I think I like it better with the broccoli. And there's only 1 carb difference. I looked it up. For a cup of broccoli and a cup of cauliflower, it's like 0.8 of a difference. Whether or not you use the cauliflower. So the cauliflower is 0.8 less than the broccoli is. So that is it. It's so finger looking good, and I don't even care right now. So good. Oh my gosh, this like is one of my favorite recipes of all time. So you guys have to try it out, especially for Valentine's Day. It's just a guilty pleasure that you don't have to feel guilty about. So that's it for now, guys. Okay, so as you can tell, I went ahead and added the bacon, and I shredded some Colby Jack cheese on top to give it some more flavor. Again, guys, I would recommend broccoli instead of the cauliflower because I can already tell, and I probably should have strained it. And yeah, it's just a lot more, there's a lot more water in it, so use the broccoli.